Are my glasses giving you the same sort of reflections that Percy had? Well, mysterious. All we have to do is just get some reflections. Hey guys, my name is Fox. Welcome to my channel, and I decided to take off the glasses just for the intro because I didn't want you to freak out and leave in the first minute, because that would be really heartbreaking for me. So, you guys are kind of like my guests, and I have been raised to care for guests, even though sometimes we have guests that I'm like, God, just leave. But we still have to feed them and be nice to them and just smile and wave all the time. But still, I do like you guys. So I took off the glasses for the sake of entries, and they're back. I was like, how many animal friends does Miss Girl have? Because let's be honest here, she is not Cinderella, she is not Snow White, she is not Aurora, she is not a princess. A princess. And they're the only kind that have friends. Animal friends. So I was like, how the heck is it Wexalia, of all people, that is friends with animals? That many animals. But then she turned into Keelan. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. I understand why she decided and why she chose Wexalia and not Wax. I don't know Wax's full name. Excuse me. Why she did not choose Wax? Because the last thing I would want is to be riding on my crush's shoulder. Can you imagine how tense that would be? I would be freaking out. Am I sitting right? Am I too heavy? Am I the right kind of animal? Am I he smells so good? I don't want to be freaking out. But then there is the whole conversation about her choosing to be with Wex and not Wax. Am I indirectly telling you that I don't like you? Hanging out with your ex is hard, man. And I have hung out with did I say my ex? My crush. I have hung out with my crush many times, and I tell you, it is hard to choose between your crush and your friend. You're like, okay, who the hell do I pick? How do I make it obvious that I like you, but I make it obvious that I don't like you?
Man, being bad is so exciting.
Crime doesn't pay. But it is entertaining.
I mean, that's what she said. It is fun. And last time you guys gave me a lot of... Well, I wouldn't say you gave me a lot of shit, because you didn't. You just discussed this in the comments about how I failed to mention Mr. Male Esmeralda. I tried to memorize his name. It's slipped out of my head at this point. I didn't know he was important. I mean, I thought he was just another guy that Wax was flirting with. Not that Wax flirts with a lot of guys. Wax seems like the kind of person who would flirt with a lot of people. So I just thought maybe it's just another person that he just flirts with. I didn't realize the seriousness of the situation. So my sincere apologies. And still, I don't see why that guy is so important. He doesn't treat them right. He doesn't give them anything for free. And Wax, let's be honest here, is not flirting hard with him. Because if he was flirting hard with him, it would have, I'm not seeing anything. I'm not sensing any tension between the two. The Mr. Shopkeeper looks like he can see clearly through Wax's failed attempts at seduction. It's literally, I see nothing. Let's be honest here. I mean, Wax is not flirting with him right enough, and he is not tripping over everything Wax says. I need him to be hanging over every single word that comes out of Wax's mouth. Okay, if you have a crush on someone, act like it. Or if you are flirting with someone, then I better see that you are flirting hard. That's it.
I don't want to know. No, that's a lie. I absolutely want to know. What's this all about?
But I would like to add that I think he is really charming. Both inside and out. He is freaking beautiful, firstly. And secondly, he has a really fun personality. He's okay, I don't want to know, but tell me. Do tell me. Girl, I don't gossip anymore, but do tell me. I love that personality. So he has a really fun personality, and the way he just threw them, just dropped them, that was also really fun.
We will take all the holy water you've got.
You're looking at it.
you're looking at it. I love the way he talked. And he also like reminded me of the most hilarious thing that has ever happened in the history of my schooling. So you know how some people insist like their grammar is absolutely broken, and yet they insist that it's not scissors, it is Caesar. Like a lot of people say that. So this one time a girl came into our class and she was like, does anybody have a scissors I can borrow? And this one girl was like, I don't have a scissors, but I do have a Caesar. So the girl was like, okay, whatever, just hand it over. And she literally like took out a broken scissor with just like one handle. She was like, no, I literally have a scissor and not a scissors. I actually just saw this on TikTok today, like right before I watched this episode, and this therapist was showing it and she was explaining something and I just wasn't listening. I don't know why I wasn't listening. I was watching the TikTok, but I wasn't listening. So she said that basically it's this Chinese device that when you pull on it, it gets tighter. So the harder you pull, the tighter it gets. And I don't know what I was supposed to learn from that, but I did find out that this is like a Chinese device.
Oh, speaking of secrets.
Leave yours in the comments.
So, Gilmore, for your friends, how much is this going to run us? Let's just say I'd hate to see what Gilmore charges his enemies.
Yeah!
I don't want to know what he charges his enemies. But I think I do understand where, I think his name is Gilmore. I do understand where Gilmore is coming from because I'm personally a person like that as well. No matter how much I like you, no matter how big of a fan I am of yours, no matter, whatever the situation is, if something is wrong, I see it. I have tried to fall blindly in love or lust with people and it just doesn't work. Whether it's a thing, whether it's a place, if there is something wrong with it, I see it and I find it hard to like just blindly ignore it. Like, I think I've watched too many TV shows and I just see people ignoring all the red flags. And I just find it really hard to ignore all the red flags. So if my crush probably comes to me, I'm also probably going to be charging him. So I think I do understand where Gilmore is coming from. But at the same time, they did, kind of introduce Gilmore as like this guy who has this like ginormous crush on Wax. So I got the first impression I got of Gilmore was completely different from what he turned out to be, and that's why I'm like kind of off about the whole thing. That is a giant doll, and it is coming from someone who has been to a lot of fortresses. I have never seen something that ginormous. I mean, it's literally out of Trump's dreams. I mean, can you imagine that wall? Like, he wants to build it. Also, I don't think there would be a door in that wall. I don't think, the whole purpose of the wall is to stop people from coming in or leaving. We never talk about that. Like, you're also not going to be able to leave. So, yeah, that is a big wall. Like, compared to the carriage, look at the size of the carriage and look like a horse. Okay, let's talk about a horse. A horse is much taller than I am, okay? So, a carriage is further taller than the horse. And compared to that, the wall, I think we can get at the exact height of that wall. I'm gonna look up what an average horse is, and I'm gonna add something to the carriage height, and then we're gonna stack the carriages, and we're gonna see the height. I'll let you know. I'll do the math.
Please stop that. I'm trying to concentrate.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Focusing on what exactly? I mean, you're not driving a car, sir. And the pace that you're going on, I don't think you need to focus because, surprise, surprise, the horses have eyes. They can see where they're going and you don't need to be completely focused. Unless, of course, the horses are in a rush. The other day we were driving down the road and this cow came running at us. Where did she even come from? She was just running in the middle of the road and my mom started freaking out. And I was like, okay, the cow has eyes. She's not gonna hit us. And that's when she told me that one time a cow jumped onto the car and I was like, okay, we're gonna die. But then the cow left. So yeah, we were saved. But at the end of the day, why would I say that? It's not the end of the day. But here, in this situation, the horses are very calm. So Percival, Frederick Steen, something de Rullo III, you don't need to focus. Just tell Exalia that you're not interested in having a conversation, or that you are completely creeped out by her staring at you.
You're heading home. Figured you'd look happier.
By any chance, are you fucking on drugs, Vexalia? You expect him to be happy? You're literally walking towards a vampire with a bottle this big of holy water, and like, he bit Wax the last time, and like, Pike is now out of a job because that's of that same fellow, and Percy literally turned into a bird, and like, a lot of people got injured. So I don't understand what we have to be happy about. Or maybe Vexalia is like a very positive person, and I just like need to appreciate that.
This isn't a homecoming. This is a suicide mission to topple the necromantic murderers of my family.
I would like to say though that that was a very excellent dialogue, and as someone who is studying 3 Englishes right now, I wish I could talk like that. Oh baby, when you walk like... No, that is a walk like that. Yeah, it's walk like that, not talk like that. Should walk the talk or something of the sort.
Working. It's too hard.
Grog, are you crying?
In my first episode review, I said that Grog is probably more emotional a person than Wax. So why is he so upset about the family that died due to the dragon's electricity? And that's when a lot of you guys explained to me that Wax is also quite in touch with his emotions. We have to agree that Grog is far emotionally stable than Wax. Also, somebody told me that Grog has 3 brain cells. So I should stop saying that I have 2 brain cells. So yeah. Yeah. I think from now on I would say that I have... What number do I like? 4. It's my friend's favorite number. So yeah, I have 4 brain cells. Where the hell did the Legend of Vox Machina find live footage of me and my ex?
Are you hurt, little guy?
Even fucking Wings taught me better than that!
Hey, come on into Cloud Tower. I'll protect you. Don't be afraid.
Oh, I am not afraid. But I do think that you should be.
Learn your lesson, sweet witches, and next time you see a fawn, be a wolf.
I said that to my grandfather once, and he was like, Elnef, you political. That is a very questionable taste. They were like, not Vexalia, not Percival, Scanlan. Like, they literally reached past these people to get Scanlan. But to be very honest, like, I would pick Percival over any of them any day. Why did I say that? I mean, it's not like I would do anything to Percy. Like, now that I'm literally thinking about it, even if I ever kidnap the person that I am blindly in lust with, I would still not do anything to them. Why do they normalize this in books or movies or TV shows? Did he just French Scanlan? And that's not even the main concern. Scanlan enjoyed it. What is humanity going towards? I'm still not over this one story that I came across once. They were telling it in the news or somewhere. That, like, people legit, they're dogs or goats. And I'm like, that is so fucking messed up. Like, I don't even want to say it out loud because how can you do that as someone who has and has had pets? How can you? I am horrified for life. Like, I mean, at first I thought Scanlan was just like a fun character, but when it comes to animals, I cannot. I'm sorry. Everyone has their boundaries where they're like, no, this is not funny anymore. But this is unacceptable. I'm so sorry. I'm absolutely like disgusted right now. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If you like it, go ahead. Actually, no. I'm sorry. I can't help but judge you like a little bit.
I'll take the big one!
I'll take the other big one.
Or maybe they'll take you. But what does it matter whether you're having bread with jam or jam with bread? Wax, I suggest now is the time that if you are a vampire, channel it. Please. This scene was so impressive until it wasn't. Because somebody did tell me that like Keela turns into like this white Siberian tiger, I believe. And she did show it. She was like, her eyes glowed. She had fangs and stuff. And she did kind of roar. And I was like, oh, Keela, come through. But then immediately, Grog also tore one of those wolves apart. And I was like, okay, now you're not special anymore, Keelit. They should have just given this moment to Keelit. Or maybe it's okay because we already have the moment where Keelit like turn on the light. So yeah, I guess, I think it's cool. Okay. Because I have a very wild imagination, one time I was thinking, what would I do in a war? So the best, idea I could come up with was that I would just chop the legs of the horses. And that's just like gonna be the fall from grace for that person. But that's, when I was like, I cannot do that to an animal, man. Like, it is painful. Like, I've never been through that pain, but like, I can bet it is very painful to lose legs or just one leg. Like, chopping one leg would do the job. So I was like, I cannot do that. I mean, if it like comes down to like my survival, then I would probably do it. But like seriously, like chop the, like that is wow. And they just like threw those horses down. But then there was like, they had to say like, there was like a group of them and it was like, there was like, wait a damn second. They have magic. You could not have used that magic to just like save the entire carriage. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Again, you had magic and you just let the holy water go. And Scanlan, Mr. Scanlan, did not decide to use that magic to like just, I don't know, use that magic before. Does he need his mouth to use that magic? Is the magic like comes from singing? I think maybe that would be one thing. But like there was Keelit and there was freaking Vex and Wax. And what were you guys doing?
Let's see what this baby can do.
You got a baby in that thing?
What? No.
When I was little, I used to sleep with my mom and she used to stay up late reading. So obviously she would have the light on and I wouldn't be able to sleep with a light in my eyes. So I used to be like, God, life for me would have been so much easier if our noses had been above our eyes. So I could keep my nose out of the blanket, but keep my eyes inside the blanket. So yeah, this was like kind of my childhood dream come true.
It makes you handsomer. Oh, I like it.
He is a cute frog, I would give him that. What the hell is that? A giant unicorn, but I don't think it has its back legs. I think it has like a tail. What is that?
I will find you.
That was cool.
Quiet, go to sleep.
Pretty dark.
So that was dark, but this was not. I feel like the showrunners have like a fetish for tongues because there is no other explanation for this behavior. And I do appreciate that Keelit did not enjoy this joke. Except it wasn't a joke. It was a story, a true one that everyone liked.
Consistent. How about you, Percy? What's the worst monster you've ever faced?
does no one in this group have a brain? Because, like, you are literally on a mission to kill a freaking vampire with, like, 5 different excellent magical qualities, and yet you're like, okay, what's the worst monster you ever came across, Percival? If I was Percival, I would have shot you, Scanlan. So they were just chased by 3-faced, morphed together wolves, and they were like, yes, we'll all just fall asleep. I mean, Percy is tense, that's why he's awake. We're not gonna count this as them being smart. Again, nobody here has a brain except for Percy, of course. That is poetic. Like, I have seen people like carve names onto bullets, and there are stories about stones raining and each stone having the name of the person that it fell on and killed and stuff, but like, wow. I have never seen this before, and it is cool. I am so excited to see what Percy's birdiness is about. Birdie Edwards. Maybe he's Birdie Edwards. I do love Birdie Edwards. For those of you who don't know, he was a character in one of the Sherlock Holmes books, in the Valley of Death, and it's a good one. The main, like, there was a twist in there that was like very shocking. So yeah, Sherlock Holmes, Valley of Death. I literally expected Percival to flee during the night. I was like, okay, he's lying down, he's awake, everyone's asleep, he's plotting murder or whatnot, and he's just like going to go all on his own. He's like gonna be like, I cannot drag them to suicidal missions with me, so he's just gonna go alone. But he didn't. Like, wow, they are a much better group. Like, they have way more bonding than I anticipated. But this was good. This was like some major sorcery voodoo stuff. Oh my god, I was not expecting that. I was not, and it came like, it was, I would say I was pleasantly surprised. And that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give me a like. Also, comment below and let me know anything. And subscribe. We are really close to, I think, 1,400 subscribers. So yeah, subscribe and click the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload. And also follow me on my Instagram. It's at LNF_Fox, and my Twitter is at LNFfox. So yeah, go follow me. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm the only LNF Fox in this world. And I think I never thought about that. I thought like Percival was like the only member of the group that didn't have like any mythical qualities. But he also has like that smoke and stuff. Wow, they're all magical. Cool. Cool to know. Anyway, bye. Oh my god, I didn't do a single one like this. That would have been so cool. I love when everything's like so tilted, but I'm straight, but I also look like gay. I shouldn't have said that. That might, but that's a bad joke. Sorry.
It's when we leave and all I really wanna know. When we leave and all I really need to know is when we